Hi and welcome back to my channel. It's Carol from Crinkled Path Journals, and I'm taking you on the Chatty flip through of this 1970s memory book. It's an altered cookbook that I used to do junk journaling, save ephemera, and save some very precious memories to me. First and foremost, the paper dolls on the cover were my paper dolls when I was a child in 1978, and their little clothes are glued on and throughout the whole book. I loved the vintage wallpapers that I got from Etsy, and you can learn more about vendors and the materials I used in detail if you watch the memory keeping journal videos. I have 19 episodes. I made lots of places to tuck private journaling throughout the book, including this little envelope. I used lots of 1970 vintage items like these buttons and the old tape, these Denison stickers, some film, and some artwork from a vintage tree book. This second page was all about the attitude I wanted to have towards journaling in this book. So I tucked my journaling inside and did this collage with lots of things that showed potential or something to come, like the hatching of an egg or the starting of a pattern or the stamp or the surprise inside from Cracker Jacks. This Holly Hobby page has this folder with just some Holly Hobby vintage playing cards that I haven't yet journaled on, and then the outfits for this little doll are inside. She was a Colorforms. Again, just a little collage with lace and some illustrations. Again, collage on this for a pattern for an outfit that my aunt made me. And so lots of sewing ephemera here, and tucked my journaling in this little needle packet. My journaling's in this card, tucked into this envelope and hanging over the edge so that you can see it. And then this little outfit is sort of holding it in place. Colored artwork, and then I added the stamped jars and some of my own watercolor pencil to add to the illustration that was already in the book. This page had fun collage and journaling tucked on the back of this funny poem that I talked about. On this page, it was everything that had to do with being picked, because we used poems to pick who got to go first or who was chosen. There's also a pocket because of this bag, and I included some journaling just on some lined school paper. I made a pocket after I finished the spread because I wanted a place to tuck journaling on the back of this little card. So I used plastic from some flowers to include a place to have this card with some journaling. This flips out to reveal this finger play inside that I remember doing. Lots of game cards on here from when I was a child. Also handmade flashcards for piano notes, reading music. This was the favorite foods page with lots of room for journaling on the back of these cards tucked into this pocket. This was a stamp that was colored, and then room to tuck journaling into all three of these seed packets. These two were vintage, and this one I made out of a gardening page. The pocket was made from a manila folder, and I did the stitching with my sewing machine, and it reminds me so much of some jeans that I had. This was a collage around a pumpkin pie tradition, and I wrote my journaling and did more collage on this recipe card. This was a funny page about kitchen gadgets that I found amazing and interesting. I did some collage and some coloring on this page. This page was a painted page about my neighborhood, inspired by the Rebookery channel. These are children's book pages from a book my sister bought me. Some journaling was on this library card, and this little ice cream image is tucked in the pocket as well. I ended up adding one more of the outfits here just because the colors went well. There's more of the plastic here that I used on the piano page that made a pocket sewn in to hold a little lamb's ear that's been dried. My journaling is tucked in on this little receipt, and there's more journaling here. There's also a journaling card with some collaging tucked into the pocket. This page has this lacy fabric flip because it reminded me of my dress that I wore for being a very important flower girl. This page had my pop-up clouds and lots of room to journal behind. I love that Jubilee Flea commented on this page on Instagram and said she wanted to live in Paperville. And I said, I think we all do. And I thought we probably all do live in Paperville, because if you're a junk journaler, you more than likely are surrounded by paper. And we love it. This page has this flip out. It's a nice double page spread plus the flip outs. This envelope contains a journaling card with a song on it. Lots of room on the back for journaling. Some stitched elements. This 1940s wall trims. More room for journaling on the back of this card, and then the instructions for how to play the game is on there. We have birthday party spread with lots of pages and parts from the party. A place to write on the mask for the game is tucked in this pocket. And then my little donkey from my Pin the Tail on the Donkey has his head here, and then his tail on a journaling card inside the pocket on this side with this little snippet cluster in the corner. And then our final page was our Disneyland tickets, lots of stickers, lots of room to journal on the back of these. The pocket where I punched a hole in the cardstock, cut the strip, and then used the hole punch to do these little clovers on the end. This bag was a scanned 1970s gift bag. I didn't want to use the gift bag, so I just scanned it, and then I printed it onto a plain vintage gift bag, paper bag. And then this journaling card, lots of room to journal on the back. It's tucked in here. This was an image I found on the internet of a toy that I actually got as a souvenir when I was at Disneyland that I no longer own. I do still own this record, and I scanned both the information from the record itself onto cardstock to tuck into this record sleeve that I got in Happy Mail, and then I scanned the record and printed that as well. I included this little record player card and then some more modern stickers from the last couple decades to remind me of the Electric Parade, and that's the last page. I'll include a link to the playlist of the pages if you'd like to watch. I hope if you watch that you'll share some of your memories in the comments, and thank you for checking this out today. It's been fun doing this one, and I look forward to more. Leave any questions you might have in the comments. Bye-bye.